So, Hot Wheels Infinite Loop is gone. What do I mean when I say that? Well, it was just announced this morning that the service on the game is going to be totally terminated on January 31st of 2022. I don't think it's an understatement to say that this game had a big impact on us as a community. And I want to break it down for you. First, I'll give you the details of end of service dates. And we'll go on into the history behind this game and how it lived such a short life under Mattel. So November 1st was today. They've disabled all in-game purchases. You can no longer buy any new skins, any of that stuff. They're done. So cancel all your subscriptions. They're telling you right now so that you don't get charged anymore. December 13th of 2021. The game will be totally removed from the App Store and Play Store, and it will become impossible to create a new account. And January 31st, the game servers are going to be shut down, and it will be impossible to play Hot Wheels Unleashed anymore. A quick reminder that they are rerunning the seasons Acceleracers 1 and 2, so be on the lookout for that. I might try to do... I'm not going to make any promises, but I might try to do one last race with the community if we can. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I'll try to do one last race. So I want to take you back into just exactly what it was about this game that made it special. And why was it a mobile game of all things that created the pathway for the Acceleracers community to become as big as it is now? It started back in April 23rd of 2019. This was back when it wasn't even released and was being tested in different countries at the time being. Now, one of the other things though is that this was also being developed alongside of Hot Wheels ID by a different team, not by Creative Mobile. So you had two different Hot Wheels games being created around the same year to be released at the same time, sort of. And in this case, the leaks came on Reddit in the Acceleracers community back when we only had about 1,000 members. The leaks were a World Race Twin Mill skin and an Acceleracers Hollowback skin, both of which used original designs that Mattel actually gave them. So this is stuff that they already had in their repertoire that they could give them. These are decals they own. After that, the game launches on August 23rd of 2019. This is the first time I ever really tried YouTube. Before this, I had done time lapses and maybe a little bit of editing without my face or anything like that. But as far as really trying to do YouTube and doing gaming especially, this was my first video ever. This was the one I did Vert Wheeler with. This is the one that I first tried to really put some effort into it. And I remember thinking this is the stupidest video ever. And somehow, some way, it wasn't the worst video ever, was it? Because Vert Wheeler was a character in the game. And people weren't expecting that. They weren't expecting to see Vert Wheeler again, right? And so I noticed that they had changed the leaked version of Vert Wheeler with his Teku logo into one with just a generic Hot Wheels logo. Which made sense, of course. This is totally fine. It made sense as branding and marketing to be a different Vert Wheeler. This isn't the same guy. It's definitely something else. Unless you watch Valken's video, of course. But that's what got people to really, think about it again. To really try to understand it again. And so I think I have to give it credit where credit's due, where I really did try to do something, and I had courage to do it, to actually make a video of this game. Well, October 30th hit, and it showed off how Mattel in the beginning gave them a pretty big budget considering the Halloween event that was right after, which was only 2 months time period. I mean, they had brand new assets, everything was new, they had new skins, new ways to get stuff, new game modes. I mean, the whole thing was insane. I couldn't believe that they were able to do this in just a 2 months time. They must have had really good testing, right? They must have had a good budget. And so after this, you could see the game kind of surge a little. And then, of course, Valken Vert goes out, and July 2nd of 2020 as another big notice. Infinite Loop, using Vert Wheeler, and the subsequent Valken Vert Theory going viral, which at this time right now is at 94,000 views. And this was just weird Vert Wheeler theory of connecting all the Vert Wheelers together. I thought it was just funny. Some people took it seriously, don't take it seriously. But it's just kind of like a fun video. After that, next month, I released my video on August 22nd, 2020, the Acceleracers Deora 2 video, where they actually put the Deora 2 in its Teku form in a video game for the first time ever. This is the first time it's been seen in any other media. And this was it. This was that time. And you saw that. It was interesting because what the heck was going on? How could they be so in tune with the fan base and then us make videos on this, and then it was just crazy, you know? It was such a different time. Like when I actually got a green screen and we made we made a video, an introduction video, which is now my intro, by the way, into me getting to the Deora 2 with Valken Vert modeling it in CGI, and my friend with Affected Clothing, Shane Jacob, he was the one that filmed it all, and we were trying to like do this fun little thing. And that's my most highly viewed video at 14,000 views, is this weird video of me getting into the garage with the Deora 2 in it, and then going out and playing Hot Wheels Unleashed on my phone, you know? I mean, this was the 1-year anniversary of Hot Wheels Infinite Loop. And so, have I been saying Unleashed? Gosh, you see what I mean? It's just crazy how many different versions. But you saw Infinite Loop in this manner shine as like, oh, this is gonna be a good game. Like, this is gonna last a while. This isn't gonna go away. Like, we have Hot Wheels ID, but it's a totally different thing at this point. They're just being sustained by diecast. This is like a real game. But then after that, something weird happened. And I don't know what happened specifically, but it was right after this that Hot Wheels Infinite Loop lost all of its officialized Twitter accounts and Instagram accounts and everything. Like, all their marketing accounts were just gone, wiped, clean from existence. Don't know what happened. And even their in-game social media that they use to connect with people, like when I talked to Karma on there, and just gone. Everything was gone, and it was so weird. It was like this black hole had just happened, and Creative Mobile wasn't able to get back to their fans anymore. It was just kaput. But then, luckily, in February 2nd of 2021, Wendy helped open a Discord that supported, that was supported by the community in order to get better advice from the fans. And they even, they were so open with you as a community. They wanted to hear your voice. They wanted to, people could actually race again with each other. People were getting involved. People could actually talk freely without, the weird version they had on their weird social media. Discord has 500 members in there. And, that was only launched in February 2nd. Even though it's a small community, I mean, that's still a pretty big community just for Discord. I mean, that's not just, just active players. That's just people that are interested in the game and wanting to know what's going on with the game. That's people that are really involved. Then sometime around spring of 2021, they had the start of Seasons and a seemingly resurgence of Infinite Loop. It seemed like this rocky path road of where they wanted to go with the game was kind of over. They understood, okay, these seasons are really getting people involved. We get paying customers, and we're able to give them good content along with that. And then June 6th of 2021 showcased the first Acceleracers car after Deora 2 got released, is High Voltage. Now the thing is, though, for every Teku's skin that they released subsequently, except for Power Rage, was locked behind a Redline Club membership. And not the diecast version, it was just for this game. And this was weird. This was one of the weirdest decisions I feel like I ever noticed with Infinite Loop. And it was this weird need for this subscription model that just didn't fit the game at all. It just didn't seem like it worked at all. It felt really rather cheap and boring, and it didn't really get you much. And so I have to say, it was kind of weird to see that they locked behind some of the best skins under it, but also understandable because something felt wrong about what was going on behind the scenes. July 8th comes along, and the Infinite Loop leaks and includes Valken Vert's Power Rage model inside the game, showing how they respect fans' work and the Acceleracers community at large. You could see them really trying to keep this game alive in this core little fan base of us. And then they had even more leaks with Acceleron's Reverb and the Vert Reverb, but then it also started to dwindle a little bit, because a little thing called HWIL Unleashed was coming soon. And you could see that it was gonna draw this attention away, and really where Mattel was gonna start investing advertising dollars in. September 27th, 2021. HWIL Unleashed is launched with the ability of custom liveries and tons of Hot Wheels diecast, including an Acceleracers diecast lineup for later on. This is what really started stealing the show, and you could tell as a content creator, Infinite Loop wasn't getting liked. It wasn't getting searched for. It wasn't getting, as analytics go, when I tried making Infinite Loop stuff for Hot Wheels news, they didn't find my stuff by searching Hot Wheels Infinite Loop. They found it by searching Hot Wheels Unleashed. And that's where you started seeing this downfall of Infinite Loop and what happened with its popularity, I guess. The people weren't looking to it for, the only Acceleracers content anymore. They had other stuff they could go to. And it made sense. I mean, paying one time for a game rather than trying to pay subsequent seasons. I can't tell you how much money I actually put into this game. But I knew what I was doing. I was trying to support the people that I believe were trying to do a good thing. They were trying to actually, live up to the expectations of us as Acceleracers fans and content creators. So I can't really blame them for trying to make some money as well. However, I was notified that people that talked to some of the dev team said that it was a big Mattel thing as well, that they really wanted as much money from this thing as possible. And that's when you saw so many ads start coming and popping up. I mean, everywhere. You couldn't get away from them. You couldn't play the game just for fun, for free, or even to pay just a $1 thing every now and then. No, even if you paid a little for the game, or even anywhere in the game, you were just bombarded, instant, buy again, watch ad, buy again, watch ad. And this is what I think really kind of hurt the game as a whole, as a game. 'Cause it didn't feel like a game. It felt more like just trying to get that next car and then not even doing anything with it, So October 2021 hits, and this is when the Acceleracers Season 3 with Reverb is released. So we knew about the leaks, for example, back in June or July, right? And then only just now was Reverb released. And it goes to show, well, why didn't we get any further news on more stuff? And it's because this was going to be the last stuff we ever got from Infinite Loop, unfortunately. And so this was the beginning of the end. Even I myself paid for this content to try and grind through the seasons. I didn't even make it because I was so busy trying to do Hot Wheels Unleashed stuff that I was not invested in Infinite Loop anymore. I had other things to do. I had other content to make. And it kind of saddens me that I couldn't help keep this game alive, really. There was nothing I could do. There's nothing Valken could do, even after his resurgence of that video hitting 94K, like I said. And so today, November 1st, was the true end. Through its rough patches and the initial release being forced as a multiplayer-only game, only later than feeling like an Asphalt 9 clone for Hot Wheels fans when campaign mode was added, which I did advocate for. And then more and more different ways to upgrade cars. Tapjoy was part of the game, which is always a bad sign. Incessant ads, only just getting clans after 2 years. And then multiple cash grabs, like I was saying. This game was just on its last leg. The writing was on the wall, unfortunately. And I didn't want to see it, but I did. And I do love these innovative Hot Wheels games. It did do something new. I like the way that it did tracks between cities, you know, and that you could like drive around on top of skyscrapers. That's so fun. That's so Hot Wheels. And these 2-3 years, though, of its lifespan were not bad at all. It's just I can't see why this couldn't fit. I can see why this couldn't fit anywhere in the market as a game that's interesting on its own without Hot Wheels. I mean, what differentiate itself from Asphalt 9 or other arcade racers on mobile? I don't know them, really. I only played 2. But still, you get to see that there was a ton of competition that actually gets ads, that actually advertises. And so, Infinite Loop just wasn't there. I mean, it should have had a hook, a real good hook, other than that multiplayer thing. That even if Hot Wheels aren't your thing, it makes for a good arcade racer on its own. And although it did have a great fan base, like I said, and it was these Acceleracers and die-cast Hot Wheels fans, it just needed to reach a more casual audience. And it just wasn't doing that, I think. I want to give kudos to the team at Creative Mobile for doing their best. Even doing that giveaway at one point where they were giving stuff away and I was lucky enough to win something. Which, in my opinion, I thought, oh, maybe that means they're doing good. They're making products now to maybe start advertising, but it didn't go that way. On that same note, though, I have to say, truly, thank you, Creative Mobile. You guys brought back Acceleracers to the forefront and got the ball rolling again at Mattel to let them see who we were as fans and that we were willing to pay for content in a game with stuff that we grew up. You know, it wasn't just random diecast. This was stuff that we grew up with and we wanted to pay for it, and we showed them that, and they showed that that's why they started doing stuff in Hot Wheels Unleashed, after all. I don't think it's an understatement to say that you didn't affect Hot Wheels as a whole. In fact, I'd say more so as a community-wise than Hot Wheels ID will ever be able to do. Y'all blew the door open, especially for us, and giving us that chance. Y'all actually gave us actual interaction and a chance for this community, which at the time, again, like I said, only had 1,000 fans about. And that was a risk. I had a good analogy is that y'all threw a snowball down the mountain, and even though Hot Wheels Unleashed may take the place of that snowball, y'all were the ones that made the initial throw. If y'all didn't make it, I would have never started YouTube. I would have never branched out, never would have made my most viewed video, never would have made a CGI intro with Valken, never would have even given the second chance to survival of this franchise. It was you guys who gave us a chance. Putting Valken Vert's car and the actual model in the game, responding to my fan videos and my cosplay, and listening to the Discord server and the real fans that wanted to play your game. I can't say enough what an impact this small mobile game had for all of us, really. And so I truly want to say thank you. And I hope your future endeavors will go well. Thank you for giving this community a chance to shine again like it never had before. And with that, I'll say goodbye and farewell, Hot Wheels Infinite Loop. You did good, son. You did good.